Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank the gentleman for yielding. Madam Speaker, I rise today to speak against H.R. 5019. As I discussed earlier during the rule debate, I have very serious concerns about how we're paying for this legislation. In exchange for withdrawing my deficit neutrality amendment at the full committee markup, Chairman Waxman said he'd work with me in trying to find a way to pay for this piece of legislation. And I do thank the Chairman for meeting with me on this matter. Unfortunately, we're unable to find a pay for during our negotiation. Although this is an authorization legislation and not an appropriation, I feel that if this program is important enough to authorize, it should be important enough for us to find a way to pay for it. I am concerned that the majority could not give any assurance that this bill will indeed be paid for. I offered an amendment yesterday regarding the federal deficit that was not accepted in the Rules Committee, and therefore we are not able to have an open debate on this issue today on the House floor. It is frustrating that the majority has shut down the opportunity to have a debate on the cost of this legislation and the addition it will be to the federal deficit. The majority is claiming that this bill does not need to have a pay-for since, again, it is an authorizing bill. However, I believe that the issue of the budget deficit should at least be able to be debated. While I support the incentives to help provide energy efficiency as well as programs to promote job growth, I'm very concerned about the $6.6 billion price tag of this legislation. In addition, this is duplicative of an existing government program that has not been fully implemented. And just a little bit ago, the gentleman from Florida stated, but I think it's really important to reiterate, that the Department of Energy recently issued a report concluding that as of February 2010, of the $4.7 billion DOE has awarded in grants to states under the Stimulus Weatherization Program, only $368 million, less than 10%, has been used by the states for weatherization programs, and only 30,297 homes have been weatherized. Of the 10 states receiving the most money under the $4.7 billion allocated for the weatherization under the Recovery Act, only 2 had weatherized more than 2% of the homes covered by the program. The other 8 states weatherized fewer than 400 homes each. Because the $4.7 billion weatherization program has been incredibly slow to implement, I have concerns about the effectiveness of how the $6.6 billion in the Homestar Energy Retrofit Program. This simply is not the right time for a new program. Ohio currently has an unemployment rate of 11%, and my district has an average unemployment rate of 13.5%. Individuals in my district are asking where the jobs are, while these same individuals are asking how can Congress continue to spend more money on more government programs and then cut spending to ensure a better future for our children and grandchildren. They're very concerned about the debt and the deficit that this Congress is amassing. That is why I offered the amendment to the legislation regarding the national deficit and why I wanted to have a debate on this amendment on the House floor in regards to the legislation. Unfortunately, I cannot support another government-run program that will do nothing to help the constituents of my district. I urge a no vote on the bill, and I yield back. Thank you.
The gentleman yields. The gentleman from Massachusetts is recognized.